Hello, dear ones, it's Alice. I am of the stars, and we're talking about the table of contents for my website, Awakening with Planet Earth. And today we're talking about beginning with psychic abilities and paranormal events. As light workers, you no doubt know that everyone on Earth is beginning to experience psychic abilities and paranormal events in their lives. I was out for a walk 2 days ago at Point Doom, and I was talking with the sea lions and the seals there. I was on a cliff high above them, but yet it was very easy to hear their voices up there. And I was talking to the sea lions and the seals, both in the vocal realm and the physical realm, and also telepathically. And as on prior nature walks, I found there were people on the cliff visiting the cliff along with me who had developed telepathy and the ability to speak with animals. It's not at all uncommon these days for people to have these abilities and many other abilities as well. There are a lot of people who have not yet cleared through the darkness in their energy fields completely, who are using their psychic abilities and paranormal abilities during the ascension process to inflict harm on other people, as I'm sure you know. Not just people in traditional mind control cults or people in black magic groups, either in the United States, say in Louisiana, or in Brazil, or in the Philippines, or wherever it is. Not just those, but many other people rising up and spontaneously reproducing satanic effects in the noosphere, and or aligning their energies with satanic or negative qualities that were already existing in the noosphere from many times past. So this section, psychic abilities and paranormal events, applies not just to light workers who are developing clairsenses and telepathy in a positive, light-filled manner, but also to those who gravitate to psychic powers so as to express themselves in a cause and effect way in the world. They want power over other people, okay? So there are several sections that are part of this psychic abilities and paranormal events category. One is clairsenses, extrasensory perception, second sight, and that applies to light workers. Another is psychic powers, and that applies to people who want to show off in the world and make money through psychic abilities or to get a job that way. I'd like to say for light workers that's a temptation, but the problem is that in using your psychic abilities to make money in the world, you're subjecting yourself to an institution that gives you money, or you're attempting to control other people who want you to help learn these things, or want you to use those abilities to change their life for the better. And the problem in that is that you're caught up in a box of cause and effect. And to the extent that you attempt to catch other people in the causal realm, keep them there, then you lose your effectiveness as a light worker, I feel. Okay? And eventually, if you do that, if you sell your services rather than empowering people to create the good and the light in their own lives, if you sell your services as if other people were your slaves or your chattel, if you sell yourself as a slave or chattel to some institution on earth that gives you a wage, which uses your psychic powers to wage war against other human beings, then you yourself as a light worker, you lose the light. The light stops right about here, and eventually you lose your psychic powers, or they churn around with the darkness in these other institutions and in the people that you might be serving. They churn around and you're unable to clear them. Light work should be free. Empowerment to do light work That's the type of thing that we light workers can safely do in order to make a living, I feel. That's just my personal take on it. Otherwise, we descend to the level of palm readers and fortune tellers who pull a person into the charisma of their energy realm and then create fear in the person so that they'll hand over their money to them. It's one of the worst things that a light worker can do, I feel. Okay, so you may find that programmer has hired you and then you lose your psychic abilities. That's why. You will lose your God-given ascension gifts if you kowtow to cause and effect. You have to rise beyond those. On the other hand, you may use your psychic abilities in such a way that humankind is greatly uplifted, and then you will get more and more abilities through the connection with the divine. On to the subsection, psychic terrorists, and that's quite something else. Psychic terrorists, controllers and puppeteers, dark souls, hybrids, insectoids, reptoids, dracoids, Illuminati, and vampires. You will run into these as a light worker, so check out this category. You just want to get clear of them, the psychic terrorists, okay? For those of you who are listening to this who are psychic terrorists, this won't help you out at all. Okay, I can guarantee it. It's not written for psychic terrorists. That's the last of what I want to discuss in the great category, Transcending the Dark, Courage Under Fire, Spiritual Warfare, Demon Wars. There are special sections that I've highlighted for you that I think are the good place to begin. This is not a category for the dark worker. It's a category for the light worker. Okay? If you don't want light, don't read it. If you don't want to rise above cause and effect, don't read it. If you believe that you're set in a time and place that you cannot alter, don't bother to read it, because it won't be helpful to you. There are those who take the information here, like the information on dissolving curses and energy reversals, the information on mesmerism and hypnosis, the information on psychic terrorism, and torque it to the dark and use it to create manuals that help the dark worker, okay? Don't buy those manuals if you're a light worker. Read this. This is free. Read this instead. And that of the other people on my Blogroll at my website, Awakening with Planet Earth, because those people promote the light. You can be sure of it. They promote the light. There's one other section for the light worker that's especially important, and that's called yoga, Kundalini yoga. All kinds of yoga are good. My preference is Kundalini yoga. That's not for everyone, but it is for me, most definitely. And an understanding of the subsection called Kundalini is very important to people who read my website. Understanding of Kundalini includes the central vertical power current, the human torus, the locks that you use to raise the energy up instead of allowing it to flow down. Tantric ability doesn't just include red tantra. My tantra is white tantra. White tantra for the white energy of the light worker. Then there are mudras, hand positions, and kriyas, body positions, that create special effects for people who study yoga. And that is a great help and an instantaneous help in overcoming dark influences. That's all I have to say about the table of contents for awakeningwithplanetearth.com. Those are the things that the lightworker needs the most, although there's twice as much as that available in the contents. I'd like to draw your attention to those things I've talked about. in the last few videos. Coming up next is a discussion of some misqualified thoughts to do with crime that I've been running into time and again here in the large city of Los Angeles, and how I deal with that. And that will be the last of this ongoing discussion. See you there then. God bless you all and keep you safe and be with you through all your days. In love, light, and joy, this is Alice B. Clagett. I am of the stars, and you are too. See you at my world-class WordPress website, awakeningwithplanetearth.com.